deep. Jack Jackson along with Harrison Houston for the Florida Gators. This game is underway. It is Jackson. Fumbles it, will kneel, and Florida will play it at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
Good way to start it off, and that's the advantage that you get with this breeze that Dick was talking about, probably about 12 miles an hour. Get it right back there in the end zone.
There goes Terry Dean, who will direct the Florida offense his first year as a starter. There are his numbers last week against Arkansas State. And here are the backs for Florida. Harrison Houston, one wide receiver, Willie Jackson at the other. The tight end is Keller. The running backs are Rhett, the fullback Randolph, and there's the offensive line. 1st and 10 for the Gators from the 20-yard line. Dean out of the eye, fakes it to his tailback across the middle, wide open. It's Eric Rhett at the 25. Works his way up to near the 30, just shy. Very close to the 1st down marker. On the tackle for the Kentucky Wildcats, it is number 48, David Snarden, the sophomore out of Louisville, Kentucky. So it is just about a foot shy of a 1st down, 2nd down and a foot. Two wideouts left, one to the right side for the Gators. Dean looks at a 4-man front. Goes on the give to his tailback. Rhett has the 1st down and more upfield to the 37-yard line, where the tackle is made by Marty Moore, the senior out of Fort Thomas. Here's a look now at the Kentucky defense. At the end, Zane Bean and Chris Ward. Bean, a senior, does not have an SEC sack as yet. The tackles are Stinson and Collins. Your backers are Moore, Williams, and Snarden. And it's 1st and 10 Gators from their own 37. This game is just underway. Florida's opening drive. Florida's left offensive tackle, and he is hard to miss. Raises up. He missed on the snap count. That is number 78, Reggie Green, the sophomore out of Bradenton, getting his 15th start.
Bobby, before the snap, full start, left tackle, offense, 1st down, still 1st down. No question about that penalty, Charlie, is Reggie Green, a true sophomore. Started the last 14 games for the Gators now. He really got his feet wet as a true freshman, but he makes an obvious mistake there.
It will be Harrison Houston along with Chris Doring, the wideouts to the near side, one to the far side. Cats showing blitz. 6 men up on the line of scrimmage. Now Snarden backs off. Now it looks like he's going to come. Here he comes. There's a play fake. Dean in trouble. Has time and throws it to Doring complete. But he will catch it back at the 32-yard line, the line of scrimmage after the penalty, which now makes it 2nd down and 15. And on the coverage was Willie Cannon.
Now, one thing the Wildcats have wanted to do is get a better pass rush, and here they come right here. Dean looking, hesitating just a moment, gets the pass away. And they aren't going to get anything out of it. Good coverage there by Willie Cannon coming in.
And a good pass rush from the outside from Bean and Ward. This time a straight 4-man front. One setback for Florida on a 2nd and 15. Dean going to come out of there scrambling. He is up to the 40, hurdles the 45, out to the 46, and very close to another 1st down at the 47-yard line. Don Robinson on the tackle for the Cats.
I think it's going to be just shy of a 1st down, and give credit here to Terry Dean. He does a fine job. Straight back, gets protection, doesn't see anything, and then he eludes Robert Stinson right there. Breaks here to the near side of the field trying to pick up a block and almost gets a 1st down out of it.
Very spectacular play, Rob, but that's not the way to stay alive very long in the Southeastern Conference, leaving your feet like that.
You've got some guys in this league who can really knock you around. Good look at Marty Moore there. Got a measurement now. They're bringing the chains all the way from the opposite side of the field. I agree with you, Charlie. I don't think he's got it here, but they brought the chains over. Well,
it is short.
Short 5 foot or so, maybe a little under a foot.
Kelvin Randolph in at fullback now for the Gators, number 30. There's a look at Bill Curry, who would like to get his first win over Florida. Emmer is a hit coach.
Gators with field position here. 3rd down, very, very short yardage, and the ball getting close to midfield. Big play early in the game.
3rd down and a foot. Doring gets confused, runs into the referee. Now he will split out to the left. 3rd down and a foot. Gators dig in. Cats dig in. Quarterback sneak Dean, and he's got it. Takes it over left guard. Went over the block of Dean Golden, who is 6'6", 284.
Well, you know, Charlie, their offensive line is so much more experienced this year than it was a year ago, because they started the two true freshmen at tackle last season. Jason Odom on one side and Reggie Green on the other. Jim Watson really is the guy with all the experience. He's at the right guard spot, number 73.
Game is early, first period, 12:10 to play. Slot to the left side with Houston in the slot. Give us to the tailback. Rhett jukes his way in. Can only get 1.5 yards to 2 yards as he is nailed at the 50-yard line. Hit first by David Snarden, the Buck linebacker.
Yeah, it looked like David Snarden was in there, and John Collins comes over. Really, this is the first time all night. There's Marty Moore with the initial contact. First time here in the first quarter that they've really been able to shut down Rhett, as he has stung Kentucky already on this opening drive.
Gain of 2 at a second down and 8. Nose of the ball on the Kentucky side of the 50. Keller, the tight end to the right side. A checkoff, it appears, by Terry Dean, the junior from Naples. It's a rollout, straight rollout all the way. He is hit by Deuce Williams and shoved out of bounds, and got help over there from number 13, and that is Marcus Jenkins.
Now you see Deuce Williams here with some good pursuit. They pull their guard Watson, but he's trailing the play badly. It looked like Rhett there that was trying to get a block, but Deuce Williams doing a good job there, along with Marcus Jenkins, to knock him out of bounds.
Ball came loose. It's a shame it could not have been on the field of play. Went out of bounds. It is 3rd down and 4. Gators from the Kentucky 46. Here comes the blitz. Dean's got a man open. It is complete. And he's run out of bounds at the 40-yard line. The pass was complete to Willie Jackson, who gets his 121st career reception. He's shoved out by the corner, Willie Cannon, who is a Florida native hailing from Miami.
And up for the first down, right at the Kentucky 40-yard line. They pick on Willie Cannon there. Cannon trying to yank him out of bounds there before he got down to the 41 or 42. Just couldn't quite get him out.
That is the Gators' 3rd first down tonight. First down and 10, Florida from the Kentucky 40. A check off again by Dean. Moving in tight is Willie Jackson on the right side. Here comes the blitz. Going to give him something to think about. For Houston, overthrown. He had to hurry his throw. Couldn't set his feet the way he wanted to, Rob. And it's incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Good look at Terry Dean, who admitted last week against Arkansas State he was nervous, but then he really settled down later in the ball game, completed his last 11 passes. And here comes Deuce Williams, Marty Moore, and that definitely hurried Dean. As he was trying to get that pass off, he throws it way long.
And Zane Bean, number 59, good penetration from the left side defensive end post. 2nd down, 10 Gators from the Kentucky 40 with 11:02 remaining in the first period. Florida's opening drive. Dean sprints, fires on the run, caught by Doring, out of bounds. That's Cannon who shoves him out at the 35-yard line, so it is a gain of 5.
Chris Doring, a sophomore out of Gainesville. There you see the stats on him. He caught 3 passes last weekend against Arkansas State. And Charlie, Florida is moving the football here on this opening drive. They've moved it now from their own 20 all the way down to the Kentucky 35.
Florida 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions. 3rd down and 5. From the Kentucky 35. One setback. That's Rhett behind Dean. Draw to Rhett. Rhett, plenty of room. 25 on his feet at the 20. Lowers his head, gets it to the 19-yard line. It is a gain of 16 yards on the play. And Florida is now, what, 3 of 3, I guess, on 3rd down conversions. Yes. Tackled by Marcus Jenkins.
Again, they convert, and they've got this thing well blocked by their guards there in the center, David Swain. Missed tackle here. And finally, it is Stephen Hall who goes head-to-head with him, but another first down for the Gators.
First down. First down. Dean sprints out right. Now going to tuck it and go. Being chased by Moore, and Moore shoves him out of bounds. He got a yard on the play, and that is all. It is 2nd and 9 from the Kentucky 19. Great hustle by Marty Moore.
Marty getting over there to get him out. Kurt Suppe, freshman, was the guy who had the initial pressure on Dean, but was knocked down on the play. Gain of only, what, a yard or so?
Gain of a yard. Florida spends a good bit of time in the huddle. That'll be Jackson and Houston out, far to the left side. To the near side, it is Jack Jackson. Staggered in the backfield, the lone setback, Eric Rett. Dean to throw, looking across the middle, complete, and knocked down at the 15-yard line. That is Eric Rett. So it will be 3rd down and 5.
Big play coming up. Good coverage here by Marty Moore. Dean showing a lot of poise, has good protection this time, and they like to throw to Rett. You know, Charlie, he caught 7 passes against Kentucky last season down in Gainesville.
Defense did a good job there, picking him up in the middle. Florida's converted every time on 3rd down. Let's see if the Cats can stop them. They're 3 of 3 converting on 3rd down. Dean back to throw, sends Rett out in the middle, being chased, throws all over him. Number 59, Zane Bean. That would have been his first SEC sack of his career, and he almost got it. I'd almost have to give it to him. Pass way underthrown. It is 4th down.
Now Zane Bean had everything to do with this play. Here he comes, number 59, right through, and Terry Dean is hurried. Dean just has to dump it off here. Ball thrown well short of Eric Rett. And it brings up 4th and 5.
They will shift into the kicking formation. Shane Edge will be the holder, and Judd Davis, a junior from Ocala, a walk-on, will try to hit the field goal of 31 yards. Kick is up. It is hooking. It is good, and Florida takes the early lead. It's 3-0 Gators with 9:30 remaining, opening period. We'll be back in just a minute to Lexington. Goal. It will be 1st and 5. Hobbs to the near side is the only wide receiver. Play goes the other way, and it's a give to Hood across the 30 to the 31. Looks like he's got the ball across the 30, and that should be good enough for the 1st down. He needed 5. He got 6. William Gaines on the stop. Defensive tackle. Big senior out of Jackson, Mississippi. Here is the Gator defense. It is 1st down, Kentucky. Campbell and Carter at the ends, and the tackles are Johnson and Gaines, and they got a lot of folks behind them, a lot of depth in that defensive line for Florida. 6 of the top 7 players return on their defensive line. 1st down and 10, Kentucky. Receivers all over the place. Gunn for Pookie Jones. Got time, unloads it, got Hobbs open, complete. Loses a man, gets it across the 45 to the 46-yard line. A gain of 15. Eddie Lake finally makes the tackle. I'm surprised at how much time Pookie Jones had to throw, Rob.
Well, they give him the opportunity to let it go. Straight back goes Pookie, looking here to his left. Looks like Hobbs was his primary receiver. He eludes the initial tackler there as he scrambled away from Eddie Lake. And another 1st and 10 for the Cats.
1st and 10 from the Kentucky 46-yard line. The second 1st down of this drive. Shotgun again. Pookie got time, goes complete to Chapman, bobbles it, gets it back, and goes down at the 49-yard line. He will get 3 to 4 yards on the play. Monty Groh, the Gator back, an outside linebacker, on the tackle with help from cornerback Larry Kennedy.
Well, last season, you know, the Florida secondary, Charlie, was really vulnerable. Gave up a lot of yardage, and Kentucky coming out here immediately and throwing the football. Mark Chapman, whoops, almost lost the ball. And as he tried to cut it, looks as though he lost his footing there.
A lot of success with the gun, so they stay with it. This time, Randy Wyatt is beside Pookie Jones. 3 receivers to the near side. 2nd down and 6. Here comes a rush. Pookie in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 42-yard line. And he will lose about 7 yards on the play. And Kevin Carter got to him to sack him, the Football News sophomore All-American last year. Here they come. Here's another look.
Now this time the protection just breaks down, and the strength of this Florida defense, I think, is their defensive line. You see Ed Robinson blitzing out of there out of a linebacker spot, but it is Carter, the junior out of Tallahassee, the initial man to get to him, along with Mark Campbell, the other end, also in there.
Call it third down at about 15 from the Kentucky 42. Florida with a four-man rush. Shotgun again. Pookie unloads it for Calvert. Can't hang on. Can't hang on at the 45. Took a big pop there. He was a yard shy of a first down, but there is a penalty marker down. It's holding against Kentucky. And, of course, Florida will probably decline that to force Kentucky to punt. Calvert just could not hang on. Had he hung on and gotten it, would have counted.
Penalty decline. I'm not sure. It looked like it might be Mark Askin, 76, holding here, or possibly Barry Rich. I don't know if we'll be able to pick it up on the right side of your screen or not, but it looked like right there, like Askin, 76, may have pulled his man down.
Mickey Nichols will punt. Last week averaged just 32.8 yards a kick. Larry Kennedy back in single safety for the Gators. Florida leads at 3-0 at the 6:50 mark of the first period. Nichols with time gets a pretty good kick away. Kennedy inside his own 20, going to try to run it upfield. And there's a penalty marker down. Florida may be caught clipping around the 23-yard line. Dante Key down there to make contact on Larry Kennedy, and it is clipping against Florida.
That's going to put him back in a hole. Now you got to watch Larry Kennedy, because this fella averaged a little better than 20 yards per return last weekend against Arkansas State. But this penalty, they're going to march it off, and the Gators are going to have to start in a hole here. There you see it right there.
That was Leon Smith who got popped.
Yeah, Lawrence Wright, safety man, freshman out of Miami, was the man who threw the clip.
That was a pretty good kick by Nicky Nichols, a 41-yarder.
You know, Nicky, Charlie, I know, talking to him during the week, he said he was scared to death out here last weekend, but that's the best punt he's had in the blue and white.
Major penalty pushes Florida inside its own 10 at the 9-yard line, and this crowd is on its feet. Staggered backs behind Dean, trying to distract Dean, making a lot of noise. Dean sprints left to throw, got a man open, it is complete. And right at the first down marker goes number 22, Willie Jackson. Shoved down by Willie Cannon, the cornerback. And with help from Marcus Jenkins, a strong safety. Worked on the short pattern there. There's Bill Curry, who really had a great week of practice this week.
I think both teams really fired up for this game. All I heard in the press box prior to the ball game, Charlie, was how the Gators had practiced well all week long.
Second down at about 1 from the 19-yard line of Florida. Here's a give to Eric Redd. He's got the first down out to the 23, maybe the 24-yard line. He is tackled by Marty Moore. Eric Redd last year, 193 yards rushing in Gainesville against Kentucky. He is number 3 on the Florida all-time rushing list. He needs 18 yards in this game, and he's got that. He is now 4 carries for 30, so he has moved up on the list. 1991 led the SEC in rushing as a sophomore. Beat out Corey Harris of Vanderbilt to win that title just by a couple of yards. Dean sprinting right, looking long, got Houston open, overthrows him upfield at the 39-yard line. So it is second down and 10.
Well, he had good protection that time, and that pass was open. He just threw it high to Harrison Houston. Big advantage, you know, that Terry Dean has, Charlie, is all these great receivers. Gosh, wouldn't you like to be throwing to some of these guys like Harrison Houston and Willie Jackson and Jack Jackson? I'll tell you, it is an outstanding core of receivers, guys with speed and guys who can get open.
And even if they're not open, if they're closely covered, they make spectacular catches. They'll take it away from a defensive back. Second down 10. In the slot, it is Jackson. Doring is the receiver to the near side. Dean after the play fake, got a lot of receivers out and a lot of time. He's being chased out of the pocket. Going to tuck it and go, and dives upfield to the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the 31. So it will be third down at about 3 as they get 7 on the play. David Snarden made the tackle. I thought surely he'd have somebody open with that much time, but he did not.
So look at the protection here. Jason Odom, 74, just isn't going to let Zane Dean in. He just pushed him right out of the play. And then Dean sees some daylight here to the right side. Good play on Dean's part. Patient. And picks up 7. Couple-yard shot.
Third down and about 3. Randolph and Red in the backfield. Wide receivers left and right. Here's a give to Red. There's a penalty marker down. He gets a first down as he crosses the 35 to the 38-yard line, where he's tackled by Marty Moore. Could have been offsides against Kentucky, though I thought the defensive end on this side had gotten back, but they say no, he did not.
Now, Dante Key jumped the gun.
Offside, left end, penalty decline, run results in a first down.
See Dante Key way on the left side of your screen. Maybe it'll just be in our picture right there, number 87. And they snap the ball, and he's caught across the line. First down, Florida.
5:08 remains first period. Gators lead in a 31-yard field goal by Judd Davis on their opening drive. Slot is to the left side. The flanker's Jack Jackson. There's a play fake to Red. Dean got a man open across the middle. It's intercepted. Marcus Jenkins across the 50 to the 45 to the 41-yard line. Kentucky is in business on the Gators side of the 50. It is a 17-yard return. The tackle by the center, David Swain. Here's another look.
Now Jack Jackson was open, but Terry Dean just throws it right to Marcus Jenkins. Dean had time. There's Jack Jackson, and right into the hands of Marcus Jenkins. And Charlie, this is the thing that Kentucky's defense has got to do. Get some pressure on Terry Dean and make some things happen, create some turnovers. And here's the first big one.
First down and 10, Kentucky. Pookie Jones will check off. Gators jump. Do they get back? No, they don't. Penalty marker down. Jones to the right side. Gets it to the Gator 37, maybe the 36. And this will be offsides, I feel sure, against Florida. I think 2 defenders were off.
Yeah, their defensive line has been a little anxious here tonight. I think what is this, the 4th penalty on them now? Their offensive line has been anxious on occasion. Offsides, Florida, and a personal foul, Florida. You see the Gators front 4 here. Watch them both come over. One thing that Kentucky wants to do is attack the perimeter. That's what Pookie Jones is doing here on this rollout. And there's the late hit right there.
5 penalties for 44 yards now against Florida, and we're still in the first period.
That looked like it was Dexter Daniels with the late hit, I believe, the inside backer out of Valdosta, Georgia. And you can bet Steve Spurrier is not happy about this. A turnover, couple penalties on his team, and suddenly Kentucky's all the way down to the Florida 20.
Dead ball foul adds 5 yards to the total. It is now 5 penalties totaling 49 yards. That puts the ball just outside the Gator 20-yard line. One receiver far side right. That is Hobbs. Hood, Riazzi, and Wyatt in the eye. Pookie on the option, finds the seam. Gets it to the 15, inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. So he's going to get 6-7 yards on the play. Tackled by Dexter Daniels. Boy, he found the seam, and he set safe.
This is what Kentucky wants to do, as I was saying a moment ago. Here's Pookie faking the handoff to Damon Hood. Here he goes with Riazzi. Monty Groh there, number 10, has to go outside to keep his eye on a Randy Wyatt. And Pookie cuts it back in and ends up with a 5-yard gain.
Let's see if the Cats can push across a score. Second down and call it 5 from the 15-yard line of Florida. Gators showing a 5-man defensive front now. Here's a give right up the middle, and it's across the 5 to the 4. There's a penalty marker down on the carry. It was number 21, Raymond McLaurin, the redshirt freshman out of Radcliffe. Penalty against Kentucky.
Oh, look at Bill Curry on the sidelines. He is upset, and I wonder, Charlie, if it might be a holding penalty.
I think it's going to be.
second offensive holding call on the Wildcats tonight here in the first quarter.
Well, that nullifies a great run by Raymond McLaurin. And he took off up the middle like he was shot out of a gun.
Not only does it nullify that run, now it moves the ball back to the 24. It wipes out the gain by Pookie on first down, and here it is now. Second down and about 14 yards to go.
3:15 remains, opening period. Gators lead 3-0. Shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Hood is in the backfield by Pookie Jones. Here comes a big rush. Pookie gonna have to go with it, and he is collared from behind at the 21-yard line by William Gaines. So third down now. Calvert and Hobbs check into the ball game. It will be Chapman and Samuels, the tight end, out for Kentucky. Gain was 3. It is third down and 11 from the Florida 21. Here's Hobbs to the near side. Third down 11. Big play early for Kentucky. There is Jones firing to Calvert. Good for the first down at the 9-yard line and a gain of 12. Larry Kennedy, very fine cornerback, was trying to cover him but could not. Pass was on the money and Calvert went down to get it.
Out of the shotgun, looks like good protection here. Mark Askin holding his man off, and watch Calvert haul this in with Kennedy right in front of him. Great catch. The throw right on the money, and a big third down conversion for the Wildcats.
Mark it at the 8-yard line. First down and goal to go Kentucky. Leon Smith, the lone receiver, to the left side. Wyatt dots the I. Jones, right side, pitches. Wyatt inside the 5 to the 4. Stopped by Larry Kennedy. Boy, this does not look like the same Kentucky offense we saw last week, Rob.
That's for sure. Good execution. Seemed to have everything together. No mix-ups in the backfield. Another fine job by Pookie there, faking that ball into the middle and then making the pitch out. And the ball now resting down inside the 5 at the 3.
Coming on late is Mark Chapman. Riazzi will go out. May have to burn a timeout here as there is 8 seconds on the play clock. They're just getting up to the line. Now 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The ball is snapped. Jones across the middle. Complete. Touchdown, Alfonso Brown. His second touchdown grab of this early 1993 season. Last week, he had a 56-yard touchdown pass from Jones, and the Cats go up over the Gators 6-3.
Charlie, you were right on it. They just got that snap off in a nick of time. And look at Pookie Jones over the middle. Larry Kennedy has got to be beside himself after having Calvert make the catch just a moment ago. Alfonso Browning hauls that one in.
Point after is up and right down the middle by Juha Leonov. With time on the field, it's Kentucky 7, Florida 3. We'll be right back after you watch this. Dan Thompson will kick it away for Kentucky. Cats leading 7-3. 2 yards deep in the end zone. Harrison Houston will bring it out. Nail as he crosses the 15 at the 18-yard line. And a Kentucky player is injured at the 15. And that is Randy Wyatt.
Al Green out there very quickly to him. Sue Stanley.
Kentucky player shaking up on the play.
He was in there to bust up that wedge on the kickoff, and he certainly did his job. Hopefully it's nothing more than a dinger, and he'll be back because he's played quite well here in the first period.
Kentucky's defensive unit huddled around coordinator Mike Archer there on the sidelines as they deploy now onto the field. But as we wait to see what the situation is with Randy Wyatt, Don't forget about Bill Curry on Sunday.
That's right. You'll be with him along with Ralph Hacker for the Bill Curry TV show. Be sure and check your local listings for time and station.
Charlie, I tell you, Bill's got to be really pleased right now. You have the turnover. You capitalize on it. Capitalize on the penalty. The Wildcats overcame a penalty on that drive. They came up with a huge conversion on third down, and then they struck for the touchdown. And there's good news. Randy Wyatt going off under his own power.
And didn't lose their composure. The offense didn't when a player came in late.
Very much in control.
From the 18, Florida trailing Kentucky 7-3 with 54 ticks to go in the first period. One setback that is right behind Dean. Ball goes to him. He crosses the 20 out to the 22-yard line and gets about 4. Marty Moore on the stop for Kentucky. Bill Curry looks very calm there, but you know he is not. You know that stomach's got to be churning and his heart rate's got to be way up there.
Always a great opportunity when you get to play a ranked team, a team ranked right up there in the top 10 of the nation, and when it's a conference game.
And when you got them at home. Second down and 6 from the Gator 22. Dean was going to give it to Rhett. That was one of those fake draws where Rhett was just to stand there, and it was going to be a wraparound handoff to him. I don't think Rhett was ready for it. Or maybe he wasn't. It just wasn't a good exchange. However, Florida does hang on to it, but they lose back to the 17.
Now the Wildcats really coming. And it looked like Howard Carter, number 53, who was ineligible for the opening game last week, was the first man to make contact in there.
That's the end of the first period. Kentucky leads Florida 7-3. We'll be right back after this. 31-yard field goal by Davis, and Marcus Jenkins intercepted a Terry Dean pass, moved it down to the Gator 41. And then 6 plays after that and 40 yards after that, Pookie Jones, a 3-yard touchdown pass to Alfonso Browning. And Leonoff hit the point after to give the Cats that 7-3 lead. Third down 11. Single setback behind Dean. Dean to throw. Got time. Got a man wide open. First down. Pass is caught up near the 40-yard line, and on the receiving end was Jack Jackson, the 5'9" sophomore out of Moss Point, Mississippi. Let's go down now to Dick Gabriel for an update and injury report on Randy Wyatt. Dick?
Well, fortunately, Charlie Mack, it is good news. He went down like a shot. Al Green was on top of him all right away, but he said it wasn't nearly as dramatic as we might have thought, that he was never out cold, and he'll be fine.
First down, Gators got him out of somewhat of a hole. Dean with a long count. Going long, broken up beautifully. What a play by Adrian Sherwood, as the pass was intended along the near sideline for Jack Jackson, and Sherwood was with him step for step.
Good coverage down the near sidelines here by Adrian Sherwood. Here goes Dean straight back. Has time, lets it go, and Sherwood is with him every step of the way and bats it down right there. Fine play.
Second down and 10 Gators. Coming out of the ball game, number 89 Greg Keller. There you see the shot of Adrian Sherwood, who made that fine defensive play. Doring out wide to the right. Also worked with a flanker right, and a split receiver left. Second and 10. Here comes a rush from the backers. Dean's going to throw it, looking for Harrison Houston. Overthrown. And right there was Marcus Jenkins, who already has an interception tonight, and hoping for another.
And the incompletion now will bring up third down. Charlie, they had a huge third down conversion there just a moment ago. That was a big, what I call field possession play, when they were back at their own 17 and they moved it up here to the 40. So they've gained a lot of field position now. That's good for the Gators. Now they come up at third down again, 3rd and 10. There's another big play.
There's Mike Archer, the defensive coordinator, who's made such a huge difference. It is 3rd and 10 from the Gator 40. Dean to throw. 4-man rush for Kentucky. He's going to come out of there running. He'll be chased. He's going to get the first down into Kentucky territory. Run out of bounds at the Wildcat 41-yard line, so he picks up on the play 19 yards.
Yeah, and there you go again. A moment ago, he threw to pick up the yardage on 3rd down, and here he runs. Has good protection, sees the opening right there in the pocket. Got Red out in front of him, tries to use him as a blocker, and he's got the 1st down right there and heads for the sidelines. Nice job by Terry Dean.
From the 41 of Kentucky, Cats lead at 7-3 with 14:35 remaining in the second. Dean on the draw. Eric Rett trying to find a hole, hit by Williams, and carries him to the 31, almost the 30-yard line. And it will be good yardage, and will bring up 2nd down at about 4. 2nd down and 4 upcoming for Florida. Into the game, number 94, or number 54, excuse me, Kurt Soupy, the freshman out of Cincinnati, and Zane Bean will check out. Goring wings it out wide to the right along with Houston. Coming to the left side, it is Willie Jackson. Split backs behind Dean, and a 2nd and 4 call. He'll sprint right. Being chased by Marty Moore. Couldn't get him. Snarden gets him. Throws him down at the 34. Marty Moore almost had him. Then Snarden got to it. Marty slowed him up enough for Snarden to get there.
Well, Dean's got more experience than some of the fans might think. This is the first year he started, but he is a junior. He's been in the program a long time, and you can get an idea here in the first half of the kind of poise this guy has.
It'll be 3rd down and 3 as Florida comes up to the line of scrimmage. Single setback. That is Eric Rett. Here comes a blitz by Kentucky. They got him. They got him back at the 41-yard line. They were all over it. And the man getting up off the bottom of the pile is Kurt Soupy.
Deuce Williams applied the initial pressure. Billy Lofton was there, and Kurt Soupy. And here come the Wildcats. Watch Deuce Williams really force him. Here he comes. He sees him. He's got to get out of there. And then right into the hands of Soupy and Billy Lofton.
Shane Edge back to punt, the junior from Lake City, Florida. Back to receive is Antonio O'Farrell, and single safety standing back the Wildcat 10-yard line. If you joined us late, Kentucky leads the 7th-ranked Florida Gators 7-3. We've got 12:25 to go, 2nd quarter.
Flag on the play.
Did Florida take too much time, or did somebody jump up front? Florida was looking at a 4th down and 8. The penalty will be against Florida. Yet another penalty against the Gators. Sounds like something from an Aerosmith concert. The penalty is against the Gators, and it pushes the ball back to the Kentucky 44. Gators now 7 penalties totaling 54 yards. Edge stands at his own 42 to kick. O'Farrell will watch it go over his head and into the end zone, and the touch will bring it out to the 20. So Kentucky will have it with 12:09 to play in the half and leading Florida 7-3. We'll be back to Lexington and a wild Commonwealth Stadium after we pause for this. Kentucky has held Florida, forced them to punt. Shane Edge's ball went into the end zone, and now it's Kentucky's ball at the 20, and the Cats lead at 7-3 with 12:09 to play, 2nd quarter.
Give credit to the Kentucky defense there on that last series, Charlie, after the Gators had 2 huge 3rd down conversions. And they were starting to pound on Kentucky's door, moving down around the 40-yard line. The defense stood up, held on. Gators have moved the ball pretty well here tonight, but the Kentucky defense is bent. It is not broken. It's hung in there tough and has held the Gators so far to just 3 points.
Here's a reminder, be sure to listen to the Big Blue Line every Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock with Coach Bill Curry and Ralph Hackert. Kentucky up to the line. It'll be Mo Williams at tailback, Riazi at wingback, and Hood at fullback. Jebron Farah is the receiver far to the left side. Here's a counter play. Matt Riazi, good yardage out to the 28-yard line. A gain of 8 on first down, and that is Matt Riazzi's specialty, Rob, the counter play.
Oh, we've seen Matt over last season get loose for some big yardage. See a good block in there by Mark Askin and Wesley Jackson, Barry Rich. Good gain on first down, 8 yards.
So it's 2nd and 2. It is Calvert, the lone receiver to the far side this time. Samuels, a tight end, in tight on the right. Jones with the checkoff. Riazzi short motion, pitches back. Mo Williams knocked down and will lose a yard or 2, and that will make it 3rd and 4. Tackled by Anthone Lott, the cornerback on the far side. Lott is a redshirt freshman out of Jacksonville. Give him a loss of 2, and it will be 3rd and 4. Kentucky is 1 of 2 in 3rd down conversions. Call it 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3. Ball at the 27 of Kentucky. Out of the shotgun, Jones. Gonna throw it, batted up in the air, incomplete. There you see Ray Dorr, the running backs coach, hoping he could get a running back free to catch that pass. Could not. And it will be 4th down.
I'm not sure who got a hand on it, Charlie, but fortunately there was not a Gator defender right underneath that football, because that one would have been up for grabs. Mickey Nichols now to punt.
Larry Kennedy drops back in single safety. Nichols' first punt was a good one, 41 yards. 10:40 remains second quarter. Kentucky leads Florida by 4. Snap is there. Kick is away. Not a good one this time by Nichols. Maybe it'll take a Kentucky bounce. It does, but it goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Here's a reminder. When you're not listening or watching the Cats, the best way to keep up with all the Wildcat news is with a Cat's Paws. Get a 1-year subscription. That's 35 issues for just $39.50. Order today by writing the Cat's Paws, 2691 Regency Road, Lexington, 40503, or you may call area code 606-278-3474. Florida's ball. Good field position. They'll work from their own 40. Down to Kentucky by 4. There you see Rhett's numbers. New quarterback Danny Warfel, a redshirt freshman, pump fakes, fires across the middle, intercepted by Jenkins, his second of the night. He's across the 50, struck down at the Gator 49-yard line. Marcus Jenkins. His first interception led to the Cats' only score. Let's see if this one does. Lead to another score.
Another big play by Marcus Jenkins. Danny Warfel, who completed 6 of 9 for 108 yards and 2 touchdowns last weekend against Arkansas State, getting a chance to play in the first half. And that ball is just long overthrown and right into the hands of Marcus Jenkins, who does another good job of bringing it back just the other side of midfield.
Jenkins' second interception of the night. 10:23 to play in the second quarter. Kentucky up 7-3. Hobbs, a receiver to the near side. Option play. Jones will keep it. Pollard at the 45-yard line and slung back. He will get 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6. The tackle by Lawrence Wright, the free safety. Wright is a redshirt freshman out of Miami. Gators scored first in a 31-yard field goal. Then Kentucky came back in the first period to score with 59 ticks to play in that period, and a 3-yard touchdown pass to Alfonso Browning. Again set up by an interception of a Terry Dean pass and returned 17 yards into Gator territory. Now Jenkins has intercepted another, and again Kentucky is in Florida Gator territory, this time at the 46. Play fake. Pookie wants to throw. Chased. Sacked. Back at the 49-yard line of Kentucky. So that will be a loss on the play of about 5. Ellis Johnson, a junior out of Wildwood, on the sack of Pookie Jones. There you see our end zone crane giving you all those great shots. Shane Fannin is up there running the camera. It's provided by Duncan Machine Removers. So Kentucky will be facing 3rd down at 12. Ball on the Cat side of the 50 at the 49. Here's Hobbs to the near side and Chapman to the far side. 3 receivers out to the near side. Along with Hobbs, it'll be Wyatt and Browning. Out of the gun. Jones steps up, fires a bullet. There's pass interference. All over the back of Hobbs was number 3, Larry Kennedy, at the 38-yard line. All over his back was Larry Kennedy.
Oh, and a big call is this is going to be on 3rd down and 12. Larry Kennedy is having a tough night. Calvert caught that ball on him back in the first quarter. Then Alfonso Browning caught the touchdown pass, took it away from him. And now he comes up on the back of Hobbs right there. And that is going to give the Wildcats a 1st and 10.
Kentucky shuffling in new wide receivers. There's Yasuma Sims, number 9. Steps into the huddle. Nose of the football almost touching the Gator 40. It's 1st and 10 with Kentucky leading 7-3 and 8:47 to go in the first half. Here's a play fake. Jones wants to throw it for the tight end. It is intercepted at the 25. That is right. So Florida gets it right back. That was intended for the tight end, Terry Samuels. We'll be right back. Florida will have the ball when we come back. Kentucky leads 7-3.
Up in his face.
I'm not so sure he got it. Of course, he only needed about a foot, if not less than that. Oh, he got it. They say he got it. Stretch that ball out, evidently. Here's another look.
Right up over the top, and he reaches out with the football. Marty Moore trying to get right up and push him back, but they say he got the necessary 2 inches.
I think he got it on the second lunge. Because I felt sure he didn't get it on the first. 1st down and 10 Gators. That was a real gamble. In motion is Willie Jackson. And the Gators have taken too much time. Or did they take time out in time? Yes, they did. We'll be right back after telling you the score. Kentucky 7, Florida. Eric Redd needed 18 yards to get to the 3,000-yard mark. He has done that easily. Kentucky has 55 yards. Florida has 148. On the run. That's rushing yards. 1st down. Here's a give. That is Eric Redd. Breaks free. Big yardage out to the 48. 1st down. Successive 1st downs for the Florida Gators. Stopped by Darrell Kahn, the inside linebacker. That was a gaping hole.
Yeah, it really was. This fine offensive line. Dean Golden, the left guard, getting a really good block there on John Collins, 92. Marty Moore goes down. Looked like he might have had contact there with his own man, and it's a big gain for the Gators.
Eric Redd, 11 carries, 63 yards. Cats by 4. 1st and 10, Florida from their own 48. Dean fires it. Complete. Willie Jackson breaks the tackle, spun out inside the 40 at the 39 by number 42, Eric Wright. Another 1st down, the 3rd consecutive 1st down for the Florida Gators, and it looks as though this Florida offense, which has sputtered for most of the first down, picking on it, and they're racking up the
Trends has just stiffened up when it's had to, and they're going to have to stiffen up again right here.
Howard Carter and one defensive end for Kentucky. Mike Schlegel in at the other. 1st down Gators. Kentucky 39. Dean on the draw. Redd tries to bump it outside. Makes a great cut and gets it to the 30, and he's just a yard short of the Gators' 4th straight 1st down. Deuce Williams, a well.
After that timeout a moment ago, they have really come to life. And Redd here saw Mike
in the first half. 2nd down and a couple for the Gators. Dean is going to throw. Goes across the middle. Houston open at the 11. Nailed at the 11-yard line. Knocked down by number 13, Marcus Jenkins. That is the 5th straight 1st down for Florida.
And the Gator march goes on. They've done a lot of throwing to the sidelines here tonight, but this time Dean sets up beautifully, and Houston just wide open over the middle.
That was not the 5th straight 1st down. They had come just 2 yards short of making it 5 in a row. There is Harrison Houston. Wide to the right side. 1st and 10. Gators can pick up a first down inside the Cats 1. Here's a draw to Eric Redd. Stacked up. Gets a yard, maybe 2, to the 9-yard line. Billy Lofton, the senior out of Wilmington, North Carolina, the first man to stick it.
Good job by Billy. Looked like he was already down on the ground, and he had to reach out, and knock Rhett down. Ball just inside the 10-yard line now.
This is the 12th play of the Gator drive, which began after Pookie Jones was intercepted. Second down at about 8. Inside the Kentucky 10-yard line. Single setback is Rhett. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Dean back to throw, comes out running, hit from behind. Manages to get to about the 7-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd down. Zane Bean got to him, as did John Collins, the defensive tackle.
Apparently a good job in the secondary. Looked like everybody was covered. Dean had to try to run out, make something out of it. Zane Bean alertly coming over to knock him down. And a big 3rd down play now. They can get a first down, Charlie, right down at the 1-yard line.
Kentucky fans on their feet, and Florida wants a timeout. Timeout, Gators. 3:48 left in the 2nd quarter, and Kentucky leading 7-3. I'd like to mention our sideline camera run by Torrance Muldeer. It's being shuttled back and forth in a cart provided by Hayden's Outdoor Sports.
And what a great job. What a great job by our whole crew, Charlie, getting us these outstanding pictures just as they did last week in the opener against Kent. Good look at Steve Spurrier and his junior quarterback, Terry Dean. Terry Dean, the first player to commit to Spurrier when Spurrier made the move from Duke to go back to his alma mater where he won the Heisman Trophy back in '66, University of Florida. Dean, intelligent young guys, got a 3.9 average in business administration and marketing.
And among the schools he was considering, Kentucky was one of them when he came out of high school. 3rd down and 7. Florida can get a first down inside the Kentucky 1. Cats up by 4, and we've got 3:48 to go 2nd quarter. This crowd is alive. Dean back to throw. Fires, man open, caught at the 1, push back to the 2.
Now that's got to be a first down, I would say. Very, very close.
Darrell Kahn and Willie Cannon in there. Boy, that was close. They may have to bring out the chains on this one.
Well, that's where you think, oh, that first down down there wouldn't make that much of a difference, especially on 3rd down and 7 here. And watch where he catches this ball. It's just inside the 1-yard line. Well, he was right on the goal line. Had to come back a little bit for it, and they're going to mark it up. I think that's a pretty good spot.
It looked like where he caught it was dead on the 1. I think they may have given him about a half yard.
Ooh.
Oh, my.
Well, we had one that was 2 inches earlier. This one's got to be an inch.
4th down and inches. On 4th down conversions, the Gators are 1-1. If you'll remember back deep in their own territory, they went for it and got it. That was a drive they hope will culminate in a touchdown here.
Well, let's see what they do here. Will they go with Dean again to try to push it over? Let's find out.
Power set with 2 tight ends. On a wing right, it's Houston. Fullback is Kelvin Randolph, and the tailback is Eric Rhett. Terry Dean wants a timeout.
He went up to the line. He looked over that defense and said, hey, this is nothing to fool with. I'll take a little more time.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented for the entertainment. Jenkins got another interception. Intercepted Werfel. Returned it 13 yards to the Gator 49, but Cats couldn't convert, and Pookie Jones was intercepted. Florida plays from scrimmage 44, Kentucky, but 18 plays from scrimmage. Play number 19, or number 45, excuse me, coming for Florida. 4th and inches. Quarterback sneak over the top. Dean touchdown.
I wondered if they'd do that, and he just took it right over the top again.
Terry Dean on the quarterback sneak from inside the Kentucky 1 gives Florida back the lead 9-7.
Well, the Kentucky defense, Charlie, it held them out of there all night, but I tell you, you can't hold them out of there forever. And here goes Dean right behind his center, David Swain, leaping right over the top and into the end zone, and the first Florida touchdown of the evening.
And Florida will shift into kick formation. It'll be Judd Davis, who hit on that 31-yard field goal earlier. It's fumbled. Davis kicks it. No, he doesn't kick it. Coming up with an edge, wants to throw. He drops the ball. Goes back to the 28-yard line. Now will throw it into the end zone, and it is intercepted. It could have been Jenkins. Marty Moore and Marcus Jenkins at least broke it up. They did. So it is 9-7 Florida leading Kentucky as Florida badly mishandled the snap. Shane Edge, who is the punter, mishandled it. Ended up with it and tried to throw it. Did throw it, and it was batted down.
Here's another look at it. Poor execution there. He simply dropped the ball when he tried to put it down, and then Davis hesitated. And the play is just a bust. And it's just the luck of the draw here. If Shane Edge can make anything out of it at all, what he needs to do is heave it into the end zone, and that's what he did. And there's nothing but blue shirts there.
Of course, well, that may be an interception by Jenkins. That would be his third. It did look like he had possession. But then he dropped it. Okay.
Well, that could be big, Charlie. Only time will tell. Only a 2-point game now. Everybody knows how to add. Field goal can put you up 1. Could be a big point. You never know how it's going to figure out.
Well, let's see what Kentucky can do with the football with 3:21 to go, and the Gators up by 2, 9-7. Shane Edge will kick off for the Gators, and back deep it'll be Randy Wyatt and Mo Williams. Wyatt, the transfer from Louisville, and Williams, a true freshman. Up at the 20-yard line is Alfonso Browning, who has caught a 3-yard touchdown pass tonight for Kentucky. Kick away, and it's a long driving kick. Randy Wyatt will go deep in the end zone to field it. He will not bring it out.
Well, he got a foot into that one. And look at the flags here now, and they are not as strung out as they were right at the start of the ball game. The winds died down here, so he got a good foot into that ball.
I want to remind you to be sure and watch the Bill Curry Show every Sunday. Check your local listings for time and station this Sunday as Coach Curry, Rob Bromley, and Ralph Hacker will talk about tonight's game against the Florida Gators, and of course the upcoming game next Saturday in Bloomington against the Indiana Hoosiers. First and 10, Cats from their own 20. Calvert, the lone receiver, far to the left side. Jones, option right. Pitch back. Williams got some room. 30, 35, banged out at the 39-yard line. Oh, they'll mark it on the 40 and give him the extra yard. It is a 20-yard gain. Knocked out by Gilmore, the free safety.
Fine execution by Pookie Jones. Fake of the handoff to Damon Hood. Gets a good block there, and then the pitch out to the freshman. And here comes Mo Williams, and you get an idea of what this young guy can do.
There's a young freshman out of Columbus, Georgia, who had 68 yards rushing last week. He's got 19 yards rushing tonight on just 2 carries, and that last carry was, I think the last carry was 20 yards. To give up the middle, gets a yard to the 41. David Barnard, the defensive tackle from Miami on the stop for Florida, gained of just a half yard.
Awfully tough to run up the middle against this Florida defense. That's really the strength of their defensive unit. Those fellas up front, they've got some good ones. Barnard is one of them.
Williams dots the I. Second down, a very long 9. Give it straight up the middle to Damon Hood, the fullback, and he closes in on the 45-yard line, just shy of it. It will be third down at about 6. Stopped by Kevin Carter.
Still plenty of time left before halftime, Charlie. 2 minutes, 24 seconds. The clock running as the play comes in. If Kentucky can convert here, keep this drive going, go down and take the lead before halftime.
Corey Reeves at a tight end will set up on the right side. He'll flex out about 5 yards. Receivers to the left are Williams and Chapman out of the gun. Jones, receiver right side, Browning. Here comes a rush. Man open across the middle. Reeves can't hang on at the 50 where he would have had the first down. Coverage there by number 11, Ben Hanks, a sophomore out of Miami. The crowd wanted pass interference. Looked like pretty good coverage, though, from Hanks. Let's take another look.
Looked like good coverage to me. Let's see here. Here comes Robinson on that blitz. Pookie had to get rid of it in a hurry, and he was right on top of him. Good play.
Nicky Nichols into kick. With 1:56 to go until halftime, Florida leads Kentucky by 2, 9-7. Single safety is Larry Kennedy for the Gators. Back inside his own 20. Coming after the kick. Nichols gets it away. High hanging kick. Kennedy calls for the fair catch. Fields it at the 17-yard line. So Nichols does his job.
Well, poor field position with 1:49 now left on the clock in this second quarter. And let's see what the Gators can do here in this final minute 49 as Kentucky's defense now leaves Mike Archer on the sidelines and deploys out onto the field. Archer not up in the booth calling the defensive signals. He said Bill Arnsparger was the fellow who convinced him to be down on the sidelines when he was at LSU and he was working under Arnsparger. That Arnsparger said to him one time, something goes wrong. He was half kidding. He said, if something goes wrong, we need a major fix. I'll fire you.
And he said, don't screw it up. Here's Eric Redd around the left side. Great run out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Gain of 8 or 9 yards on the play. Tackled by David Snarden.
Good blocking here to the near side of the field.
This guy can do so many things so well.
Get a block on Marcus Jenkins here. That was Harrison Houston trying to pave the way for him.
Redd tips the scales about 212, 6-footer. Second short, give to Redd. First down, out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 1:09 remains in the second quarter. Howard Carter, defensive end, gets up off the bottom of the pile for Kentucky. First down, Gators.
On the stop, number 53.
Eric Redd now 15 carries for 86 yards.
Boy, look at that. It's not a bad night's work already.
Dean to throws off the sprint out. It is caught right at his feet. Willie Jackson. Willie Jackson may get a half yard, and that's all. That was great defensive coverage over there. Marcus Jenkins was there, along with number 24, Adrian Sherwood.
Marcus Jenkins having a heck of a first half in his own right here with those interceptions, but here they go to the sidelines again. They've thrown a lot to the sidelines. Low pass and a good job to pick that ball up, but Kentucky's got it well covered, and the good thing that he did there was get out of bounds. That stopped the clock with 56 seconds left.
Gators facing second down and a very long night. Corners back off loose for Kentucky. Dean with a long snap count. Lots of time. Comes out of there running to the near sideline to stop the clock, but he cuts inside. Now he goes outside. Got about 7 extra yards. Goes out at the 46-yard line of Florida with 46 ticks remaining. That was a 14-yard run.
Take a look at Dean again here, improvising. Good protection. Good job by the Kentucky secondary. Everybody covered, and then Dean takes off on his own. We've seen him do this on numerous times tonight, trying to pick up a blocker there downfield. And that little sidestep, Charlie, did get him about 6 or 7 extra yards. Now they're out where they can throw it.
Dean has 14 carries for 59 yards. Gators up by 2, first and 10 Florida with 46 seconds left in the second quarter. Here comes a blitz by Kentucky. Pass is thrown and complete. Great secondary coverage by Don Robinson. The pass is complete to Jack Jackson, close to the 50, but for very short yardage.
And they're going to have to hurry.
Down to 34 seconds.
Going to have to hurry up now. The clock does not stop. He did not get out of bounds. And they're going to lose some valuable time here.
Second down and about 6. Dean. Throw it far sideline. Willie Jackson bobbles it, catches it, goes out of bounds. Sherwood knocks him out. 10 seconds to go. They can probably get off 2 plays here. And you know one of them's going to be deep, maybe both.
Yeah, they got a number of options. They could throw to the sideline again and then try to go with a field goal attempt. Like to have a little more than 10 seconds with which to work, though. That play a moment ago where they did not get out of bounds really cost them as the clock went from 40 seconds down to about 22 seconds.
Three receivers to the near side there. Jack Jackson, Harrison Houston, and Willie Jackson. Brett staggered in the backfield behind Dean. It's first down from the Kentucky 43. Dean sprints left, looking deep. Gonna fire it. Throws it out of bounds. He wanted to go to Willie Jackson. Jackson thought he was open about the 15-yard line, but Dean would have to throw across his body, and he was running hard to the near side and just couldn't do it. 4 seconds to go.
Only 4 seconds. Spurrier gives Dean the word, and I don't see where they have much choice here, Charlie, but to just throw it once more and throw it deep now.
If you're a Kentucky fan, you hope they won't be able to throw it and the Dean will be sacked. But you're afraid to gamble too much when you know they just got one play left, or should just have one play left. Should be the last play of the first half. Florida up by 2. Dean runs to his left. Going for the home run ball. Looking for Doring. Intercepted by Marcus Jenkins. That is his 3rd interception of the first half. And the Cats will go to the locker room trailing the Gators by just 2, 9-7.
Good first half of football. I'll tell you, Terry Dean, you get a look at the secondary coverage here. Terry Dean threw this ball. This is dangerous. And watch Marcus Jenkins in the end zone come in. He's got his eye on it all the way and leaps up and pulls down his 3rd of the night. And Charlie, if he keeps going like that all season, he'll easily break Jerry Claiborne's season record, which still stands, I think, at 9.
By Shane Edge, fielded 4 yards deep in the end zone by Wyatt. He'll touch it down. And let's see what the Cats can do on this initial possession of the 3rd period.
You know, sometimes the opening drive of a period can kind of set the tone for the second half. Kentucky only was 77 yards total offense in that first half. Boogie Jones and company heading out onto the field right now.
At wide receiver, Jebron Farah, who played a short time in the first half. He'll wing it out far to the left side. Hobbs will go off. It'll be Riazi, Hood, and dotting the I, the freshman Mo Williams. First down play. Gators jump off sides to give us to Mo Williams, and he churns his way out the 4 to the 24.
Flag on the play.
Florida's defensive front over here on the left side. Jumping the gun was Dexter Daniels, the inside linebacker.
I think it was the young Kevin Carter. I think we saw him do that in the first half too, Charlie. Right on the initial series, just like we saw right at the start of the game.
That is the 10th penalty against Florida.
Well, heavily penalized teams are aggressive teams, and I guess you can lay that on the Gators here tonight. 10 penalties already. Still a lot of football to play.
With a 5-yard penalty, it will now be 1st and 5 for Kentucky from their own 25. Option play. There's a seam, Jones, and then it closes down. Florida runs so well. Lawrence Wright, the free safety, came up quickly. Looked as though Jones would have some white stripes in front of him to cover, but it closed in quickly as Wright.
Oh, you're right, Charlie. Looked like a... Now, apparently we don't have it. Looked like a lot of room there was going to open up for Pookie, but very, very quickly this Florida defense closes up on it.
He did get 4 yards, so it's 2nd down and 1 at the Kentucky 29. One receiver, far to the left side for the Cats. Jones will check off. Even on the counter play, Riazi gets a yard to the 30. He stumbled to get to the 30. Let's see how they mark it. See if he does have the first down. Tackled by Daniels and Carter.
Gain of a yard, first down.
It is first down. That is first down number 8 in the game for Kentucky.
the 10, the 5. Chalk it up. Touchdown, Kentucky. A run of 70 yards by the freshman out of Columbus, Georgia. Kentucky retakes the lead 13-9 at the 13-16 mark in the third period on Kentucky's opening possession of the second half.
Now let's take a look at this. You get an idea of the speed that this young man has. It looked like he went behind David Parks and Aaron Purdy. Parks pulling out there. You could just barely see him, and a hole opens up. I think 64 got a good block, and there were some Gators there that got their hands on him, but couldn't knock him down. And Larry Kennedy, with a last gasp effort, could not get him.
Alariazi's hold. This is Leonov. Kentucky leads Florida 14-9. And we'll be right back to Lexington after we pause for this.
Opening possession of the third period, 80-yard drive, just 3 plays, 1:44 off the clock, and 70 of the 80 yards covered by this freshman.
Now Parks, 64, got the block on linebacker Dexter Daniels, and then it was Mo Williams with the speed and the power and doing it on his own. And I believe it was David Parks who got that hit on the sophomore linebacker Dexter Daniels that really helped make the play work.
Dan Thompson will kick it away for the Kentucky Wildcats. Back deep for the Gators. Jack Jackson and Harrison Houston.
Come up with a big play here right at the start of the second half, and now Florida, after falling behind by 5 points, here comes Jack Jackson as he got behind the wall, saw an opening there, and fortunately somebody got a hand on it. Lehman Boyd.
From the 41 of the Gators, Florida 1st and 10 down to Kentucky 14-9, 13:08 remains. Third quarter. Dean back to throw across the middle, man open. Red shakes off a tackle at the 45 and gets it across the midfield stripe right at the first down marker at the Kentucky 49-yard line. Marty Moore makes the tackle, has to give chase to get to him.
Timeout for a measurement.
They're going to measure this one.
Very, very close to a first down. Deuce Williams could have had him there about 4 yards earlier, but Eric Redd, a big, powerful guy, shook him off and came within an inch of getting a first down. Now, that might be the closest one we've had yet. That one might be less than an inch.
Boy, we have seen some close measurements in this ballgame, haven't we, Ron?
But Florida immediately, Charlie, comes out and responds here, and that's what a good team will do. They respond on the kickoff. They respond on first down. Type of team that doesn't want to be behind for too long.
Eric Redd, unofficially 89 yards rushing, 23 yards receiving for total offense for Redd of 112 yards. From the 49 of Kentucky, second down and literally about an inch. Here's the give off to Redd around the left side. Got some running room. Shoved out of bounds at the Wildcat 38-yard line. And a gain on the play of 11 yards. Marcus Jenkins, a strong safety, runs him out of bounds near the Florida sideline.
The Gators continue to rack up their yardage. You go to Mr. Dependable. Exactly the thing to do. You go to the guy who's been so dependable over the last 3 years.
From the 38 of Kentucky. First down, Florida. Houston out to the right. Jack Jackson splits to the left side. Randolph is a fullback. Redd stays in there at tailback. Now a shift as Dean will check off at the line of scrimmage. Here comes the all-out blitz from Kentucky. Man-to-man coverage along with Cannon. Beautiful defensive play. Cannon breaks it up. Intended for Harrison Houston. Down around the 10-yard line of Kentucky at 2nd and 10. Beautiful defensive play by the cornerback, Willie Cannon.
Willie Cannon with them all the way, and Florida does a good job here to pick up the blitz and hold off the rush. Gets the pass off, and Willie Cannon right on his man, right in front of Harrison Houston.
Kentucky leads by 5, early third quarter with 12:26 to go in the period. Jack Jackson works in the slot right. Chris Doring, flanker to the left. Dean across the middle, loops it, intercepted by Marty Moore at the 32. Up across the 40. Spun out of bounds at the 43-yard line. That is the 4th pass interception by the Kentucky defense tonight. The 3 previous were by Marcus Jenkins, and that is a 12-yard return from Marty Moore.
Very poorly thrown ball by Terry Dean. I think the Wildcat defense was counting on him making some mistakes tonight, and he has certainly done that. He's trying to hit Rhett right over the middle, coming out of the backfield. Pass thrown high. Moore right there, and brings it back to the 44.
Chapman, the lone receiver, left side. Alfonso Browning in a wing back now. Option, straight give to Hood across the 45 to the 46. And a gain of about 2 to 2.5 yards on the play.
Excellent field position, and this is where you want to capitalize, right here after the turnover.
Johnny Church makes the tackle, the defensive end. He was a freshman All-American in '92.
Mark Askin getting up slowly. He won't want to come out of the game, I know that, but he's really hobbling right now, Charlie. And now he goes down on one knee.
2nd down and 8.
Watch him. He'll do everything he can to try to stay in the game, but I don't know if he can or not.
Officials timeout. Checking in will be David Parks, number 64, for Mark Askin. Hopefully he can shake it off and it's nothing serious. Good to see he's putting weight on it. Chapman, receiver far to the left side. Samuels at tight end, number 44. You see him there in tight on the right. 2nd down and 8 from the Kentucky 46. Jones after the fake, looking long for Chapman, overthrown. He was covered like a blanket, though, at the 25-yard line of Florida by Anthony Lott.
That was good to see Chapman in there. You know, there was some question early in the week about him, whether he'd be able to play or not because of that injury. And Lott with him all the way right here. Lott, a cousin of Ronnie Lott, the outstanding star with the 49ers for so many years. Some good bloodlines there.
Let's see if the Cats can convert on 3rd down. Calvert out far to the left side. Hobbs a flanker to the right. Samuels a tight end flexed out about 3 yards to the near side, and it's shotgun, and Pookie Jones wants a timeout. Saw something in the Gator defense he did not like, and wisely burns the timeout. We'll be right back with 11:21 to go in the 3rd. It's Kentucky 14, Florida 9. This is the UK Football Television Network.
On 46. Kentucky on 3rd down conversions is 2 of 5.
Out of the gun, Pookie Jones. Florida to rush 4. Unless they come with a blitz. Showing they might. Here they come. Jones tucks it, nowhere to go. Penalty marker down.
Yeah, possibly a holding call there. Pookie trying to find his way out from under a big rush. And a penalty against the Wildcats.
Holding against Kentucky. It'll be declined by Florida since it is 4th down, and Nicky Nichols will come on to kick.
Boy, look at these Gators. There goes Church up against David Parks, and Pookie immediately forced back in. Very rich there. Just no time at all.
This will be the 4th punt of the night for Nicky Nichols. Florida has only had to punt once in the game. Larry Kennedy drops back in single safety. Florida with 9 men up on the line of scrimmage. And here come 8 of them. Nicky Nichols gets it away, and it's a booming kick. Ought to get very good coverage. Fair catch called for by Kennedy. Gathers it in at the Gator 24-yard line. The kick, 36 yards. And I don't know the hang time on that kick, but it was plenty good enough. Excellent hang time by Nichols. Let's go back down the field to Dick Gabriel for an update on injured tackle Mark Askin right there.
As you can see, they are checking him out on the table. The left knee, he took a knock on the outside of it. It's taken him quite some time to check him out because it took forever to get the braces off his knee, but Mary Ireland said they don't think it's serious. As of now, he should be back. Let's go back upstairs.
Florida down 5 to Kentucky, just under 11 minutes to go in the third. Dean, sprint out, gets away from a would-be sack by Carter, then drugged down by number 56, Matt Noose, for a loss. Matt Noose gets to Dean after Dean had shaken off Howard Carter. Here's another look.
Now Carter, who was not allowed to play last week because of the suspension, there he comes diving in, almost gets him back for a loss, but nobody to come up and get Noose. And the loss is about 1.5 yards. Call it second down, 12. Good look at Matt Noose, sophomore, 6'2", 223.
Second down, 12. Back staggered behind Dean. Gator corners off, or rather Kentucky corners off loose. Pass across the middle, wide open, the fullback, 30, 35, 39, 40-yard line, first down, Florida. Pass complete to number 30, Kelvin Randolph, the fullback, the senior out of Tallahassee, and the tackle by the linebacker, Deuce Williams, got help from free safety Van Hiles, a freshman.
Now, this is the first time they've thrown to Randolph tonight, I believe. He's a second-year starter, solid, reliable blocker. Although he did catch 17 passes last season, and he's simply wide open here at the 30-yard line.
First down, Gators from their own 40. There's Mike Archer, the defensive coordinator. Boy, what a job he's done here. One setback, that's red. Dean, two-step drop, throws it out, complete to Harrison Houston, and he gets it up to the 47-yard line. Gain of 7 at 2nd and 3. Marcus Jenkins on the tackle. Help from David Snarden.
Gain of 7.
There's Danny Warfel, a backup quarterback, who's in for one play and threw an interception and came right out.
Your attention, Anthony Dunn. Please report to the
And
police.
Steve Spurrier down there is down the jacket now. Didn't have that on earlier in the game, but the temperature has dropped here as the evening is worn along.
Second down and 3. Checkoff by Dean. Let's see what he goes with. Here comes the all-out blitz. Kentucky, pass thrown, complete for the first down into Kentucky territory. Don Robinson on the tackle of number 22, Willie Jackson. So the Gators move the chains again.
On the stop, number 38, Don
They're a team that
Robinson.
can get hot, and you'll see those chains move with great regularity. Hopefully Kentucky can shut it down somehow. There's a look at Jackson.
5th on the all-time receiving list for the Gators. Came in here tonight with 120 career receptions.
He has led the SEC in touchdown catches each of the last 2 seasons. Had 7 catches last week, 4 tonight. First and 10. Dean on the draw play to Eric Rett. Eric Rett will take a pile with him to the Kentucky 41-yard line, and it's a gain of 8, bringing up second and short. Chris Ward, defensive end, with help from Darrell Kahn, the linebacker, make the tackle. Eric Rett unofficially 17 carries for 108 yards. Their second leading ball carrier is Dean, the quarterback, who has 62. Kentucky leads Florida 14-9 with 8:05 to go in the third. Second and 2. Dean with a deep drop to throw, lots of time across the middle of the fullback again for the first down. Down to the Kentucky 34-yard line. Marty Moore on the tackle with help from Deuce Williams. The pass complete to Randolph.
Another first and 10, Charlie, and this Kentucky defense continues to bend, although it has really broken and allowed the Gators to penetrate the goal line just once this evening. That was back late in the second quarter, but now it's coming time again here at the 34 to stiffen up.
Cats have been coming up with some big defensive plays. Slot to the right side. The flanker is Jack Jackson. Dean looking across the middle of Red. He's covered. Going to come out of there running. Tripped up. Now keeps on his feet. Being chased by Williams. Knocked down by Williams. Knocked down by Williams.
Terry Dean stopped by number 2.
Well, first it was Robert Stinson who almost had him, and then Zane Bean. Scrambling effort here by Terry Dean. Here comes the Kentucky defense. Watch Stinson almost get him low here, but couldn't quite get a handle on him. Right there, 94. Then it's Zane Bean with the effort. And finally, Deuce Williams, the man to get over there, and good pursuit by Deuce.
So Florida will lose about 2 on the play. Call it a yard and a half. Randolph, the fullback, is out of the game. Trip receivers to the near side for Florida. Willie Jackson, Jack Jackson, and Chris Dorning. Single set back Red. Dean gets away from pressure. Ready to unload it. Backside. Intercepted by Deuce Williams. Kentucky's 5th pass interception of the night. And he goes down at the Cats 24.
And right now, down on the sideline, Steve Spurrier is just walking around in circles. Another poorly thrown ball here. Good job by the offensive lineman to give him time. Then he throws the ball back to his right and right into the hands of Deuce Williams. Terry Dean having a tough time. Deuce cutting in front. Remember, he had that season-ending knee injury last season against Georgia. Had started 18 straight games up to that point.
On a 1st and 10 play, here's a straight give to Mo Williams. Over the left side, crosses at 25. Out to the 26, possibly the 27. Tackle by William Gaines.
Well, there's Spurrier. I took my eyes off the sidelines. I didn't know whether he's talking to Dean yet or not. Now he does. Now he kind of pats him on his shoulder. That was the first thing that he had to say to him since he threw that ball.
Gain of a couple. It's 2nd down and 8. 6:40 and counting left in the 3rd. Kentucky up on Florida 14-9. Kentucky's touchdowns have come in a 3-yard toss back in the first half from Jones to Browning, and a 70-yard run by the freshman tailback Mo Williams in the 3rd period. Here's a give to Damon Hood. Manages to get up close to the 30. That is all. It'll be 3rd down. They get about 3.
Awfully tough to work up against that Florida front 4.
Ellis Johnson made the tackle for the Gators. There you see Randy Wyatt back in the ball game. Tim Calvert out for Kentucky. 3rd down and a long 5. Call it 6. Jones hits back. Wyatt's going to throw it. Looking for Chapman deep. Can he get it to him? Oh, he tripped up. Tripped up at the 38 of Florida. Got entangled in the feet of the Gator DB. Incidental contact.
Crowd a little unhappy, but I don't think anything wrong there. He simply, just as you said, Charlie, got his feet caught up with one of the Florida defenders. Boy, here's a play that can really sting you. Randy Wyatt, talented young man, letting it go down the sidelines here, and right there, Chapman gets tripped up.
Pretty good throw by Wyatt. Here's a kick by Nicky Nichols. Larry Kennedy, single safety for Florida. Short kick, very high. Will hit and take a Kentucky roll. And will be downed at the 28-yard line of Florida.
Ball is down on the 28.
A 43-yard kick. Timeout. 5:25 left in the 3rd. It's Kentucky 14, Florida 9, and we'll be right back. Back rip, and he's hit at the 25. He will lose about 3 yards on the play. Stuffed by Kurt Soupy, the freshman defensive end from Cincinnati, number 54.
Well, Wildcats have got some good young talent at defensive end, Charlie, and here's one of them right here. Tanner, of course, the other. This is Soupy, though, coming in to make the play right there, hanging on from behind and not letting go. Darrell Kahn coming in to finish up.
2nd and 12, and mark it at the 26 of Florida. It's a 9-7 game at the half with Florida leading by 2. Warfel throws it for Doring, incomplete. Pretty good coverage there by Lehman Boyd, who hit Doring just as the ball got there. Let's go down to Dick Gabriel.
Mark Askin is gone for the night, Charlie Mack. They iced his knee. It did not respond. He has a severe medial collateral ligament sprain of his left knee. They will be without him for the rest of the night. Let's go back upstairs.
On 3rd down conversions, Florida is 6 of 10. They'll be looking at 3rd down and 12 from their own 26. Down to Kentucky, 14-9, with 4:43 to go in the 3rd. Pass set for Dean. Or rather for Warfel. Runs out of the pocket, fires on the run, complete to Harrison. Knocked out of bounds, not nearly enough. He's 6 yards shy of a 1st down, and it will be 4th down for the Gators. Eric Wright and Marty Moore got over there to him right in front of the Kentucky bench.
And again, the Kentucky defense does the job. A moment ago when the Gators were pressing, another big interception. This time they hold on 3rd down and force Florida into a punting situation now with 4.5 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter.
Shane Edge will kick it away for the Florida Gators. Single safety, Antonio O'Farrell stands at the Wildcat 25 to receive this kick. Good kick by Shane Edge. O'Farrell feels it over his shoulder inside the 15. Knocked down at about the 13. He did a good job there, keeping the ball from being downed inside the 10 or inside the 5. He feels it and saves Kentucky some yardage. A 51-yard kick. Be sure to join us October 2nd. It'll be homecoming as Kentucky plays host to the Ole Miss Rebels. We'll have all the action right here on the UK Football Television Network. Be sure to check your local listings for time and station. Ole Miss playing UT Chattanooga today. They began their season with a loss down at Auburn.
So we saw Randy Wyatt throw that ball on the last series, Charlie. He played quarterback at Paducah Tillman back in his high school days out there in western Kentucky.
1st and 10 Cats. Counter play. Up for 2 to the 15-yard line. David Barnard makes the tackle as they unpile. The man to get up last, number 21, Raymond McLaurin, the redshirt freshman out of Radcliffe, who had a nice gain in the 1st half nullified by a holding penalty. He had a run of about 14 yards nullified.
Gain of 2.
2nd down and 8. Ball marked at about the 17 of Kentucky. Jones down the left side, going to keep it. Pitch it back, and the pitch out was almost intercepted. That's really the only bad decision that Pookie Jones has made tonight, and that could have been a bad one, but they can't hold on to the pitch, thank goodness. And Kentucky will be looking at 3rd down and 8 as Alfonso Browning, Mark Chapman, and Randy Wyatt.
Pass is incomplete.
Check in. They'll call that an incomplete pass on the pitch.
Taking a look at this, Pookie's trying to pitch this ball over, almost over the top of a Florida defender. And you're right, Charlie, that is not the only really bad decision he's made all evening.
Ben Hanks almost got to it, but not quite. Cats are 2 of 7 on 3rd down. Out of the blue gun, Pookie Jones got the snap. Chased out of the pocket, trying to get to the 1st down marker, and is just short by a yard. Just short. And so Kentucky will be forced to punt. And this will be the deepest territory that Kentucky has had to kick from. Now they're looking at the spot. It looked from our angle as though it might be short, but
you know, they don't have very far to bring the chains
count
this time, right? You can see Bill Curry coming up there to get a good look at it and get a bird's eye view. He's right up by the stick. He wants to see where this is. Well, they stretch it out, and Charlie, you're right again. 4 or 5 inches. Another close measurement. Pookie got a good block there from Mark Chapman and really gave it a good effort to try to get to the first down stick. Couldn't quite make it. No choice really here, but
hey, Kentucky's going to go for it.
yeah, this is a gamble. 4th down, inches.
In this crowd, the fifth largest in Commonwealth Stadium history, 58,175, is standing. Power set, 2 tight ends. Out of the stack eye, Jones just needs about a foot. Florida jumps offside.
Well, they've done that all night. They've been overly aggressive right from the opening series.
Florida is a frustrated football team right now. They were looking.
Contact by the defense and Coachman. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
They figured that Jones was going to have to dive over his center Jackson with a man in the middle there. They were going to stuff him. And Pookie drug out the snap count and forced him to jump off.
Henry McMillan there, one of the Gators who jumped off. There was more than one that went over.
Ball goes up to the 29-yard line. Kentucky has new life. There are the penalties against the Gators. Option play, Jones. Keeps 35, 40. Spun out at the 45-yard line. First down, Kentucky. The gain is about 16 yards.
Oh, and you talk about good decision-making and good execution. This is every bit of it right here. Pookie Jones faking the handoff, pulls it back. Monty Groh, number 10, has to go with the pitch man. He can't go after him. Pookie cuts it back in and comes up with a first down. Fine play.
Well, if you paid for a ticket to get in here tonight, you're sure getting your money's worth, that's for sure.
This has been a good one. We've still got a long ways to go.
A lot of football left. 2:41 to go in the third. Kentucky up by 5, 14-9. One receiver out to the far side for the Cats. That is Randy White. Give us off to the tailback. Mo Williams slices over the left side out to the 50-yard line. Gain of about 4.5 at second down.
Good gain.
Throw on the tackle.
Good gain on first down. What you like to see, you rip off 5 yards. Ball just across midfield now. And well, that 4th down play just a moment ago when the Gators are called for offsides really seems to have lifted this Kentucky offense as they move into Florida territory.
Mo Williams now has 96 yards on 5 carries. Last week he had 68 in his college debut against Kent State. Second down and 5. Give us to Hood, spins for a half-yard, 1 at the most, and it's third down. Stacked up right in the middle of that Florida defense. First by Cameron Davis, freshman defensive end. Randy Wyatt, Alfonso Browning, Hobbs, and Calvert check in to the Kentucky lineup. Let's see what the Wildcat offensive brain trust, namely Darrell Dickey up here in the press box, comes up with on this play. Out of the blue gun. 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the near side. That's Hobbs. Florida to rush 4. Jones across the middle, caught by Wyatt. He caught it at the marker. I think he's got it if they mark it at the marker. Yeah, he's got it. First down, Kentucky. Boy, that was a tough pass to catch, thrown right at his feet, Rob.
Did a good job to reach down and pick this up. The ball marked just across the 45-yard line. I would say they've got it. Ball thrown low. And I would say his progress is definitely inside the 45, although they bring the chains out again, and here we go with another measurement, and it's short.
Rob, I thought they spotted that almost right on the 44. I'm a little surprised at the spot watching the offside official from us. I thought
it back
the way he marked that puppy that it was enough for the first. Cats will go for it again.
See how our angle is here again. We can take another look at it. And again, a nice job there to reach down and pick this ball up. Well,
That was the right call, but the official over here top of the screen did mark it at the 44. Can the Cats do it again? On 4th down, quarterback sneak, yes. Pookie Jones over his center, Wesley Jackson, and his left guard, David Parks. Or, excuse me, make that Barry Jones.
And the Wildcats now have converted twice on 4th down on this drive. Once by way of a penalty, and now the quarterback sneak by Pookie Jones. Down under a minute now here in this 3rd quarter. Bill Curry with his team leading 14-9. Kentucky with a sustained effort here on offense, Charlie, and of course the longer that they can hang on to the ball, they keep it away from that Florida offense.
This drive began back at the Kentucky 13-yard line after Shane Edge punted 51 yards to Antonio Farrell. Browning, the receiver near side. He is the only receiver. 1st and 10 from the Florida 44. Give us off to the tailback. Mo Williams stood up, but he keeps driving forward, gets a couple, maybe 3. Tackled by Ellis Johnson, defensive tackle.
And it looks like that'll be the last play of the quarter.
Boy, listen to this crowd.
Yeah,
as the 3rd period comes to a close.
Coming to their feet. They've enjoyed it.
Kentucky will take a 5-point lead into the 4th and final period over 7th-ranked Florida. It's 14-9. Kentucky, and we'll be right back. This is the 11th play of the drive.
Really the best sustained drive that the Cats have had in the game, and it couldn't have come at a better time here. Still a long, long ways to go, though. 15 long minutes up on the clock. A lot of things can happen here in this final period. Here we go.
Calvert out to the right. Stackeye in the backfield of Hood, Riazzi, and Mo Williams. Option play. Hood's got it. Slashes over the right side. Gets it inside the 40 of Florida, down to the 37. And that will bring up 3rd down and short.
David Hood, good, strong inside runner. You know, Charlie, as we look at the Kentucky sidelines, you hate to see him lose Mark Askin. The good news tonight was the offensive line got Barry Jones back. Of course, we're still waiting on Chris Page. He might not be back for a couple of more weeks. There's the Florida sideline.
Cats are 2 of 9 at 3rd down. They move it back to the 38, so it's 3rd down and 4. Timeout Jones. Probably a wise decision on his part on such a crucial down. Here's another reminder about the Cats' Pause. When you're not listening or watching the Cats, the best way to keep up with all the Wildcat news is with the Cats' Pause. Get a 1-year subscription, 35 issues for just $39.50. Order today by writing the Cats' Pause at 2691 Regency Road, Lexington. The zip is 40503, or you can call 606-278-3474. Cats have come up with a lot of big plays on 3rd and 4th down on this drive, and they need one more at least to keep this drive alive. 14-19 left in the ballgame. There you see Pookie Jones talking with his wide receivers coach Joker Phillips, and next to Joker is Don Riley, the veteran offensive line coach. And there's a look at head coach Bill Curry, who's been a pretty cool customer tonight.
What a great staff Coach Curry has put together with fellas like Ray Torr and Mike Archer. So you look at all the experience that they've got. Don Riley, all the years out at UCLA on the West Coast, Torr at Washington and at Southern Cal. Mike Archer, the kind of people that he's worked under, like Howard Schnellenberger and Arn Sparger.
Pookie Jones will try to engineer yet another 1st down. It is 3rd and 4. Option play. Jones going to keep it. He'll keep it for the 1st down and more to the 20. To the 15. It takes a real shot at the 15, and he was trying to cut back against the grain and shake that last would-be tackler.
Well, I know the Gators defense has worked on the option this week, but I tell you, they're having a tough time with it. Here comes Pookie Jones again, faking the handoff. What a block he got there. And then again, Groh has to go to the outside to take the pitch man, Mo Williams. And Pookie Jones is free and a lot of running room and a big 3rd down conversion. 23-yard run by the junior from Murray, Kentucky.
Last week, he churned out 311 yards total offense. Having another strong night tonight. 1st and 10 Cats. Calvert, receiver near to the left side. Give it off to the tailback, Mo Williams, who blasts through the middle, down to the 7-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8. Larry Kennedy on the tackle. Got help from the free safety Gilmore.
Big hole opening up in the Gator defense that time, and another big run for Mo Williams, and now I believe he's over 100 yards on the night.
Mo Williams, unofficially 8 carries or 7 carries, 106 yards, and he has a 70-yard touchdown scamper on the opening drive of the second half.
Nice blocks in there by Barry Rich and Jamin Hood.
2nd down and short. Give it off to Hood for the 1st down. Hood inside the 5 to the 4. Damon Hood called Kentucky's most consistent back.
Well, he's the man with experience, the man who has been there.
Here comes Corey Reeves in at tight end for the Cats, and Hobbs will go out at flanker. In the ball game, number 21, Raymond McLaurin. Very good hands, not prone to fumble. That's why he's in there. Plus, very good speed, great strength. He'll set up in the middle of that stack eye. In front of him is Hood. Behind him is Mo Williams. 2 tight ends. 1st down, goal to go, Kentucky with a 14-9 lead on Florida. And a penalty marker drops in the end zone. Kentucky may have taken too much time. They did. Ouch.
What a stage to get a penalty like that.
Before the snap, City, the 25-second count. Offense. Still 1st down.
Pushes it back to the Florida 9. Checking in for Florida. Number 48. And that is Dexter Daniels. 1st down. Goal to go from the Florida 9. Jones on the option. In trouble. Going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Kentucky will lose about 6, and it's 2nd down.
And that was the man who just came in. Dexter Daniels, the fine inside linebacker out of Valdosta, Georgia. Sophomore. Didn't really look like anybody got a block on him. Here he comes.
They will mark it at the 13. Somewhat of a break for Kentucky as Pookie was thrown back at the 15. 2nd down. Goal to go. Jones gives it to McLaurin. Blast up the middle. Down to about the 5-yard line. Tackle by Montegro. Boy, these Kentucky backs, they are young, they are strong, they are fast, and they got barrels of guts.
I'll tell you, Charlie, this is the best sustained drive that the offensive unit has had in the first 2 games. And look at the leg drive here by McLaurin as he just keeps going and going and going. And it takes 3 Gators to haul him down.
So it'll be 3rd down, goal to go just outside the Florida 5. Kentucky with a 14-9 lead. 10:50 to play in the ball game. Here comes Chapman. Moves over to the left side. 10 seconds on the play clock as Chapman gets set. Jones with a snap. Play fake. Chase. Stumbles. Jones fires for the end zone. Samuels went open for a moment. Jones had a man wrapped around him and couldn't get it to him. Samuels, the tight end, was wide open.
Unbelievable pressure there by Mark Campbell, the defensive end, the sophomore out of Miami. He was the man who applied the heat on Pookie Jones. And the Wildcats now are going to have to line up and go for the field goal. Here it is again. You'll see Campbell come in, number 67. He gets a hand on his pants and doesn't let go.
So here's the field goal attempt, the first collegiate field goal try for Juha Leonov, a former walk-on exchange student from Helsinki, Finland. The kick is up, and it is good! Kentucky takes a 17-9 lead over Florida with 10:32 to go in the game. And we'll be right back to Lexington after these days. And it will be Kentucky kicking off to Florida. To do the honors, Danny Thompson. Back deep for the Gators. It will be Jack Jackson and Harrison Houston. Houston, 1 yard deep in the end zone, will bring it out of there. Trying to get to a wall. There's a penalty marker down. Houston will reverse his field. Now cut back. Crosses the 50. Tight roping along the near sideline. Banged out by the kickoff man, Dan Thompson. But hold the phone. There's a penalty marker back at the Gator 23-yard line. This one may come back. It will come back. The man who threw the clip was Matt Pearson.
Looked like he threw it on Dante Key.
Danny Warfel will be the Florida Gator quarterback.
Rocky below the waist. Receiving team. After this is the goal line. 1st and 10.
Take a look here to your left now, and I think you'll see number 87. There's 47. There's the blocking below the waist. No doubt about it, it was Matt Pearson.
Danny Warfel at quarterback. The ball is pushed back to the 12-yard line. Warfel back to throw. Looks near sideline. Jack Jackson almost has his head taken off by number 32. That is James Tucker. Or was that Robinson? That was Robinson. Number 38. Ball is up to the 15-yard line. Gain of 3 at 2nd and 7.
Little quick throw out here to the sidelines. Good protection. Gains only 3 yards, though. Good defense.
Play clock is down to 8. Warfel pulls away. Guns it long. Man open. Drop! At the 36-yard line, number 82, Aubrey Hill. That's the first time they've tried to go to him tonight, and he can't hang on to it.
Well, Aubrey Hill's a fine receiver, and frankly, I'm surprised he dropped that ball. Clutch receiver with outstanding hands, and this is simply a ball that you got to haul in right here, because that pass is right on the money.
Commonwealth Stadium. 95% of them are 98% Kentucky fans standing and cheering. It's 3rd down 7 from the Gator 15-yard line. Single set back behind Warfel. Backpedaling to throw across the middle. Jack Jackson with a great catch near the 1st down marker. They're going to mark it where he has it, I believe. Up across the 23. Hit down by Don Robinson. Zane Bean will check in at one defensive end. Howard Carter the other now. As Jeff Tanner goes out. And Mike Schlegel from the 23, 1st and 10 Gators with 9:15 to play. Kentucky up 17-9. Check off by Warfel. Goring moves in tight on the right side. Kentucky comes with a blitz. Warfel gonna go long, looking, no, incomplete. At the 38 of Florida, intended for number 22, Willie Jackson. Covered by number 33, Willie Cannon. It is 2nd down 10. Florida has 3 timeouts remaining here in the 4th and final period. Kentucky has 1.
Warfel is a guy in his high school career is known for accuracy. He only threw 13 interceptions in his entire high school career. Passed for over 5,400 yards and 49 touchdowns. So he was noted for accuracy.
His father is a chaplain in the U.S. Air Force. 2nd and 10 from the 23 of Florida. Warfel. Near sideline, man open, overthrown. Good coverage there by Don Robinson on Willie Jackson. It is 3rd and 10. The last time the Cats upset a top 10 team was back in 1977. They beat Penn State 24-20 at Penn State. The last win over the Gators was 1986. The score was 10-3 right here in Lexington. Third down 10. Just under 9 minutes to go. Warfel with a single set back rip as he backpedals. Dumps it across the middle. Fires a bullet to Doring. Doring in a foot race. Knocked off his feet. Upfield at about the 49-yard line by Don Robinson. And he will get on the play about 26 yards on the reception.
Big 3rd down conversion. Good protection. Warfel straight back. And right over the middle there is Doring. Good speed, outrunning David Snarden there. And a big, big third down conversion right up close to midfield.
First down call for Danny Wuerffel. Gives it on the draw to Eric Rett with a big hole to the 40. Stumbles, hit, and then goes down at the 36. First down, Florida. Stephen Hall on the tackle. Got help from Billy Lofton, the defensive tackle.
Donnie Young, freshman guard here, number 75, throwing a good block. You can see his back there. Another good block in there by Jeff Mitchell, a freshman tackle. And Rett, who has piled up a ton of yards, really takes a hard hit from Billy Lofton as he was going down.
First down, Gators from the Kentucky 36.5. Wuerffel to throw. Throwing it long, way overthrown, intending it for Harrison Houston. I really think the secondary coverage fooled him. Second down, 10. Against Arkansas State, Wuerffel was 6 of 9, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns. As he came in for Terry Dean, who got off to a rather slow start in the 44-6 win over Arkansas State last week in Gainesville. Two receivers right, two left. Rett behind Wuerffel. Second and 10. Very good protection. Wuerffel, man open. Doring pushed out of bounds inside the 20 at the 19-yard line, or was he out? No, he was not pushed out of bounds. The clock will be stopped on the first down.
You have a look at this one here. Again, Dean with outstanding protection. He had plenty of time to throw, and he lays this one right on the money at the sidelines. Clock running again now. 7:50 left to go in the game.
Doring, the former walk-on, has caught 2 very big passes to keep this drive going. First and 10, Gators. Down by 8 to Kentucky, 7:40 to play. No pressure on Wuerffel. Across the middle, Doring, diving catch, touchdown. Oh, what a catch. Wuerffel put it up to where he'd have a chance to get to it. An incredible catch by Chris Doring. Cuts a Kentucky lead to 2. Here's another look.
Kelly comes open over the middle. And again, you got to give the line credit because he's got time here. And Wuerffel lays it right down the middle. Doring leaving his feet and coming right down on the goal line. He caught 3 passes last week against Arkansas State. And I believe that was his 3rd catch on the drive.
Yes.
3 catches on the drive, and now Wuerffel, before they go for 2, which is what I would imagine they would do certainly to tie the ball game, he decides to call a timeout and looks over to the sideline.
Rob, this is one of the situations that Bill Curry and his staff have harped on and harped on and harped on. Last year's Mississippi State game, a real shootout, won by State 37-36. Mississippi State made the plays at the end to win. Kentucky did not make the plays to keep them from getting it into the end zone. Also, Mississippi State had a couple of, well, actually 3 two-point conversions they made. Bill Curry and his staff have harped on his players about getting into that situation and handling it, not giving in to it. This is that perfect situation.
Well, it really is. This 2-point conversion could mean the ball game, although we've got a lot of time to go. 7:36 left on the clock.
Ten plays, 236 and 88 yards for Florida. On that drive, the Gators will go for 2. Let's see if Kentucky can come up with another big play.
Looks like Kentucky will call a timeout. Marty Moore is signaling, looking over to the sideline.
And that will be Kentucky's final timeout.
Well, maybe they didn't. Timeout Kentucky.
Timeout Kentucky.
And I can't help but think back, Charlie, to that missed extra point. Which, of course, right now with a 2-point conversion, if it was 17-16, this 2-point play right here could give the Gators the lead. Instead, right now, it can only tie at 17-17, but gosh, we've still got a lot of time left. As you look at Mike Archer there on the Kentucky sideline, still 7 minutes and 36 seconds left to go.
lot of things can happen here in the final 7.5 minutes of this fourth period. There's Steve Spurrier over on the Gator sidelines. Boy, what a ball game. 7:36 to go, and Kentucky leads by 2. Florida's going to go for 2 here and try to tie this one up. Wildcats have really played well, both offensively and defensively. They've capitalized on mistakes. Gators have been frustrated a good part of the night. They've been thrown in a position here now where they've had to come back, and they converted here on some big third down plays in this drive, and now have an opportunity to tie the ball game with a 2-point play. Here we go. Warfel, one receiver to the left side, 2 to the right. Rhett's right behind him. Gators going for 2 to try to tie this one. Warfel sprints right, fires. It is caught and into the end zone. Willie Jackson, had he kept trying to turn in, I don't think he could have gotten there, but he spun out to the outside, takes a big pop, and gets a 2-point conversion. But let's hold the phone, because there is a penalty marker down at the 5-yard line. It is against Kentucky, though. The 2-point try will stand, and Willie Jackson is really shaken up. But the game is tied at 17 apiece now. Now Willie Jackson looks like he's in some pain, but what a nifty little move this is down at the goal line. Here comes Marty Moore trying to get through. Dean delivers the pass, and right there, the move on Willie Cannon. As Jackson quickly reversed his field, went back to the sidelines, and got in the end zone to tie the game. Nice move by Willie Jackson on the Wildcats' Willie Cannon. And now it looks like they're looking at that left ankle or left knee, I believe it is. And he appeared to be in a little bit of pain as he came off to the bench.
Personal ball. White. Kick off from the 20-yard line.
The penalty was against Florida, so Florida will have to kick it off from the 20. We'll be right back after telling you the score. It's the Cats 17, the Gators 17. And the 6th again for Kentucky tonight. From the 44 of Florida. 4:53 to go. Option play right side. Jones fakes the pitch. Keeps, gets a couple. Now nothing there at all. They did a great job defensing the option that time. But the Kentucky offense now with a golden opportunity here in the final minutes of this game to drive down and pull it out with a touchdown or a field goal. 17-17. Cats facing 2nd down and a long 8, short 9. Play fake. Jones wants to throw. Looking long. There's Chapman. Broken up beautifully at the 10-yard line. Great defensive play by number 18, Eddie Lake, the junior out of Tarpon Springs, Florida. Beautiful pass from Jones. Great pattern by Chapman, and a great defensive play by Lake. And if Lake hadn't been there, this would have been a completion. He does a fine job right with his man all the way and reaches in there to knock it away from Mark Chapman. 4:05 to go. There's Joker Phillips, the receivers coach. Boy, he said, boy. A little bit further to the outside, and that may have been 6 or certainly inside the 10. 3rd down, 9. Jones out of the blue gun. Fires a pass for Hobbs. He's going to throw it. Throws back to Jones. Jones trying to go up the far sideline. Florida will have nothing to do with it. And Pookie's knocked down about the 40. A lot of razzle-dazzle there, but Florida would have no part of it. Now here it comes to Troy Hobbs, and then they try to get a block from David Parks out of this play as they come back in the other direction. The whole plan is to have Hobbs throw it right back to Pookie. There's the block by Parks. Florida defense has it well covered there. It looked like Henry McMillan got in to make the tackle. Nichols to punt after a low snap. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful kick. Inside the 10, still rolling. Down to the 5. Nichols booms it up high. Larry Kennedy got away from it. That's what he's coached to do around the 10. It takes a Kentucky roll to the 5-yard line of Florida. We've got 3:10 to go. Steve Spurrier there game.
And if you're hooked up in a tie ball game with only 3:10 left and you've got to give up the football, this is exactly where you want your opponent to start from. 95 yards away from the goal line.
Florida has 2 timeouts remaining. Kentucky's out of timeout. Warfel sprints left, fires, intercepted by Willie Cannon at the 29. Cannon to the 15. He intercepted it actually at the 20, got it to the 15-yard line. Pass interception number 7 for Kentucky's defense tonight.
Well, let's get another look at this one. 7 on the night for the Kentucky defense as Warfel here throws another one away. Rolling to his left. And stepping right in front there is Willie Cannon. Now let's see now. That's 2 for Cannon on the night.
That's 2 for Cannon, 2 for Moore.
Get a look at it here from up top again as Cannon jumps in front. That's the first for Cannon. I beg your pardon. Bruce Williams is also there on the coverage. He almost had a shot at it himself.
From the 15. Counter play, Riazzi. Riazzi spins down to the 11. A gain of 4. Second down. Tackled by Monty Grove.
Well, the Gators that time back there throwing in very, very dangerous territory. You can see the worried look on Steve Spurrier's face right now. 7 turnovers against this football team. And the disgust that he shows to Warfel as he turns around. Sure, Spurrier felt that he had no choice though with the time on the clock being penned up against his own goal line. He felt like he had to throw it.
Second down, 6. From the Florida 11. Chapman, the receiver, to the near side. Jones, option, give it off to Hood. Hood down to the 7, maybe the 6. Had to get it to the 5 to pick up the first down, and it's third down. Lawrence Wright on the tackle. Hood ran through a couple of tackles to get down to where they mark it to 7 now.
Good hole opening up. Looked like David Park, 64. You see the number there again, leading the way for his fullback. He now has 28 yards rushing in this game, and it's been a real workhorse going into the middle of that Florida defensive line. Got a Florida Gator down on the field now. I didn't pick up the number yet.
You hear the crowd respond here. Crowd is thinking, well, this is a ploy to fake an injury to give the Gators time to talk more of their people upstairs and downstairs about what they'll do defensively. That's probably not the case, but the reaction from the crowd, I think, is just that. And the injured player looks to be very healthy to me. Number 94, William Gaines. Doesn't appear to have too much of a problem. Third down. 2. Cats have got to get it to the Florida 5 to pick up the first. 7 yards away from 6. There you see the third down conversions for the Cats. Left side option. Florida stuffs it. 1:31 to play. Clock still running. Florida will call timeout and stop the clock with 1:26 remaining as Kentucky's field goal unit comes on, and a young man from Helsinki, Finland, walk-on, exchange student, Juha Leonov, who kicked his first collegiate kick in this ball game.
Now this opportunity all created by that 7th interception of the night here, and Kevin Kidd, who's on headsets next to me here, Charlie, has looked it up, and Kentucky has now set a record for most interceptions made in one game. Previous record was 6 against Xavier on September 25th, 1948. The new record, 7, set here tonight. Remarkable.
Juha Leonov, numbers 96, the young man you just saw, had a 22-yard field goal in this period with 10:32 to go to put Kentucky up 17-9. Young man's father passed away this summer during pre-fall drills. He had to go back to Finland and is back now with a very big kick at a Matt Riazzi's hole. This will be a 25-yard field goal attempt. Ball positioned squarely between the uprights. Good snap, ball down, kick up, Leonov. It looks good. It is good. Kentucky up over Florida now, 20-17 with 1:23 to play. Leonoff is 2 of 2 in his college debut as a place kicker.
I can only imagine what was going through his mind as he lined up to make that kick. Talk about tremendous weight on your shoulders with only a minute 23 remaining and a chance for the Wildcats to upset the 7th-ranked team in the nation. And I'll tell you right here, Charlie, he looks awfully calm, cool, and collected. Just put that foot right through it so steadily, made good contact, and put it right through the uprights to give Kentucky the lead. Juha Leonoff.
The field goal of 25 yards, good by Leonoff, was set up on the interception. Willie Cannon picking off Warfel at about the 20 of Florida and moving it down to the 15-yard line. And again, that was Kentucky's 7th interception of the night. Marcus Jenkins has 3. Marty Moore with a couple. And Willie Cannon with his interception.
Florida's still got some time on the clock here. A minute 23 seconds left to go.
The interceptions in the first half, Marcus Jenkins had 3 of them. Marty Moore in the 3rd period got 1. Deuce Williams had 1. And then, of course, Cannon with his, the 7th. Harrison Houston takes the kickoff. Blasting up the far sideline. Out to the 40-41-yard line.
And Bill Curry certainly would have liked to have seen better containment on the kickoff return, as Houston does a fine job picking his way over to the far side of the field and gives the Gators excellent position now as you see the scoreboard. A minute 14 left, 20-17 Kentucky.
A 38-yard kickoff return by Harrison Houston. To 17 Kentucky. They've got to stop Florida. Need another turnover. Pass complete across the middle to Eric Rett, who is spun down in Wildcat territory at the 49-yard line.
Well, they throw over the middle, but that doesn't stop the clock as we go under a minute now. Down to 57 seconds. The clock running, and Warfel trying to hurry everybody up to the line.
2nd down and 1. Warfel sprints right. Looking, firing, bounces it about 10 yards in front of the intended receiver, number 82, Aubrey Hill. It is 3rd down 1 with 45 seconds left. If they can hold off the Gators in these 45 seconds, it would be one of the great upsets in Kentucky football history.
Now, Florida still with 1 timeout left, Charlie. Kentucky has none here. 3rd down, short yardage.
Warfel checks out the defense and drops back. Throws it complete to Jack Jackson, heading for the sideline. Now changing his mind. Now thrown down at the 40. 36 seconds left. 1st down, Florida. Snarden and Robinson wrap him up, sling him down. They'll mark it at, well, dead on the 40.
And they get the advantage here with the chains having to be moved up. They get a timeout, and that really helps because now they're able to get up to the line of scrimmage. Jackson trying to go to the sidelines. Now the clock starts again.
28 seconds. Warfel throws, got a man open. Doring overthrows him this time. He was a big play receiver on Florida's last drive. He caught 3 balls and scored the winning touchdown in a spectacular diving catch. Can't hang on to that one. Don Robinson was covering. 26 ticks left.
I'll tell you, Robinson almost had number 8. That one would have ended the game, would have closed the door on Florida, but they've still got life now with 26 seconds. 2nd down.
Hill and Harrison wing it out to the left side. Jack Jackson to the near side right. Redd is a lone setback and a 2nd down and 10. 23 seconds to go. Thrown across the middle, caught by Eric Redd. He breaks 1 tackle, goes down at the 28. It is 1st down, Florida. That will stop the clock with 17 seconds left. Zane Bean on the tackle along with David Snarden.
And again, they've got to take time now to move those chains up. And Florida calls a timeout.
That is Florida's last timeout. The last timeout. Kentucky has come up with so many big plays in this ball game, especially on defense. And we'll go back to the 7 interceptions. All had been on pass interceptions. None of the turnovers they'd gotten from Florida had been on a fumble. But they've got to come up with either a big loss on a sack or something of that nature, or to get Florida to put it on the ground or pick off another one. Now you've got an experienced team like Florida with all those starters back. They were rebuilding last year, won the Eastern Division Championship, and played a heck of a game against Alabama in the league championship game, the first ever in Birmingham. They know how to win. They've been in these kind of positions before, but Danny Wuerffel is not in college. Just about everybody else has, but he is not.
He's a youngster, and Charlie, in a way, it would seem almost fitting for the Kentucky defense that this game would end right down here at the last with an interception. Let's see what happens. Spurrier has told him what he wants to do.
Then offset behind Wuerffel. Wuerffel, short drop. Going to go long, looking for Jackson. It's broken up by Stephen Hall. Don Robinson had him all the way down the sideline, and Stephen Hall played like a great free safety should. Followed the ball and tips it away. We've got 13 seconds left, and it's 2nd and 10.
This play did not take very much time off the clock. Wuerffel lets it go, and again, fine coverage. Look at that. Hall and Robinson right there. There's Stephen Hall, who we talked about when we came on the air, wondering how he would perform at that secondary spot as a sophomore.
Harrison Houston's got to get off the field. They had too many men. It's 2nd down and 10. Wuerffel throws it across the middle. Incomplete. And believe it or not, Doring almost caught it. The Chris Collinsworth look-alike almost caught it. The former walk-on who just got a scholarship 2 weeks ago.
He gave it every effort to pull that in with his right hand and just couldn't quite yank it down. Gosh, he does look like Collinsworth, doesn't he?
8 seconds left. 8 precious seconds left.
Now this would be a long field goal attempt to tie the game, and Spurrier doesn't want any tie. He wants to win.
Florida's taking a lot of time now. 13 seconds on the play clock. They're up to the line of scrimmage at 11 seconds on the play clock. Florida must hurry. Down to 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4. The snap. Wuerffel has it. 5 seconds left to play. Into the end zone. The pass. Doring, touchdown. Doring, touchdown with 2 seconds left. Unbelievable. Oh, there's a penalty. But that is for celebration after the touchdown. The Kentucky players cannot believe it. And Doring is being mobbed. He is being mobbed.
Well, he came wide open over the middle. And it looked to me like Wuerffel may have thrown the ball a little bit high, but Doring yanked it down. And the Gators have taken a 23-20 lead with no time now showing on the clock. Oh, what a crushing disappointment for the Kentucky Wildcats. Wuerffel lets it go, looking for Doring right down the middle, who's been such a factor in this second half. And he's got it over the top of Deuce Williams and just in front of Stephen Hall. We'll see a little bit better here from our end zone camera. Good protection, plenty of time to set up. Throws very confidently. And right there, Doring hauls it in.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, non-contact call, offense. Time has expired, so we'll put it on to try for point. It should be 2 seconds. Is that right?
Well, Charlie, a moment ago, you talked about how a lot of players in this Florida offense had been there before, and that they had, although Wuerffel had not been there.
But the two that haven't been, Wuerffel and Doring,
Wuerffel
make the big plays down the stretch.
Were the guys who come up with the big play right at the last, and they sure performed effectively and executed exactly what Steve Spurrier wanted to do on that play.
The throw came out and knocked the clock out of the operator's hand. 3 seconds remain on the clock.
And now they say they're going to put 3 seconds back up on the clock. Stadium scoreboard clock here had shown that time had expired, but now they'll put 3 seconds back up.
An absolutely unbelievable finish. And regardless of the loss by Kentucky to the number 7 ranked team in America, Florida, this crowd of the 6th largest in Commonwealth history, or the 5th largest, 58,000 plus, I think deserves to give this team a standing ovation and bring them out regardless of the loss. Usually you see a team brought out when they win. I think this Kentucky team deserves a standing ovation from this crowd.
Oh, Charlie, they played their hearts out. Played their hearts out. No question about it. Now they're saying that the penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. They're going to enforce the penalty here on the extra point attempt.
move the ball now back to the 3-yard line, and the penalty will be enforced on the kickoff, and the Gators will have to kick it. That'll turn out to be the final play of the game. 8 plays, 58 yards, 1:11 off the clock. Here's the point after. It is up, and it is good, and it is 24-20, Florida. Well, so Kentucky has a chance at least anyway, but Florida's going to probably hang that thing up in the air and let it be covered, or either bang it along the ground. So they hope Kentucky won't have a chance to return it. Now, here is the crowd. A very classy effort from the folks here at Commonwealth Stadium, and an even classier effort from the guys in blue and white across the way. I am really impressed. Look at the fans standing. They've enjoyed this ball game here tonight. They certainly didn't enjoy the ending, but they enjoyed the effort that the Wildcats put forth both offensively and defensively. 7 interceptions in the game to set a new school record, and Kentucky leading in the game until the last few ticks when Werfel hit Doring for what right now appears to be the winning touchdown for the Florida Gators. At the half, it was 9-7 Florida. Then Kentucky scored on a 70-yard run by freshman tailback Mo Williams, the point after good by Leonoff to give the Cats the lead. And then the Cats got a field goal in the 4th. 15 points for the Gators in the 4th period. They did not score in the 3rd. St. Ed's will kick it off from his own 20. Let's see how Ed's will kick. Line drive shot along the ground. Picked up at the 37. Dante Key. He'll pitch it back to Browning. Browning will pitch it back to Randy White. It'll be fumbled out of bounds, and this game is over. A classic. Florida defeats Kentucky 24-20. We'll be right back to wrap it up after we pause for this on the UK Football Television Network.
October on Sports South. College